Hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. Today we are in a brand new season in Forza Horizon 4. As you can probably tell by the brown leaves and the wet roads, we are currently in autumn, which means a brand new Forzathon weekly for those all important 200 Forzathon points. This week's Forzathon is called Snake Charmer and focuses on the Shelby GT500, so lots of horsepower and some rear-wheel drive goodness. So if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. And let's go grab ourselves a Shelby GT500. Before we go ahead and complete the weekly Forzathon challenges then, let's just take a look at the playlist itself. For 50% completion of the autumn season, it will grab you that brand new to Forza Horizon 4 Volkswagen gear. And for 80%, it will grab you the slightly rare and slightly elusive Crown Victoria. So you definitely want to be getting this playlist completed. Now let's go ahead and jump into the weekly Forzathon challenges then. Chapter 1 Modern Classic. Own and drive the ludicrously powerful 2013 Ford Shelby GT500. The Shelby GT500 2013 offered up by Ford can be grabbed in the auto showroom for 115,000 credits. It's always worth checking out the auto showroom as people complete this week's Forzathon and then dump this car in the auction house for fairly cheap. Standard, this thing runs 662 horsepower, 631 foot-pounds of torque, rear-wheel drive class 774. All round, a pretty good A-class car. Own and drive then, hop outside your festival house or castle, drive 4 seconds down the road, or wheel spin 4 seconds down the road, and a modern classic completed. This thing does look good though. The Chapter 1 done and dusted modern classic completed. Own and drive the very powerful 2013 Ford Shelby GT500. It's on to Chapter 2, what it's built for. Light up the tyres and win 3 drag strip events in your Ford Mustang, a road legal drag racer. For Chapter 2 you have a choice of 4 drag strips. The Horizon Festival drag strip, the Greendale Aerodrome drag strip, the Juggernaut drag strip which takes you up the motorway, and last but not least the Bamberg Beach drag strip. For me, I'm going to use the Horizon Festival drag strip. If you're looking for money and influence, the Juggernaut is probably your best bet. With this chapter you can run the difficulty on whatever you like. I'm actually going to run average just to make it that little bit easier, and so I'm not doing these drag races more times than I have to. Here we go, drag race number 1, staying in the GT500. This should be no problem whatsoever. We are class S1 tuned, and we are absolutely ruining them. Saying that, there was a sneaky Corvette on my right hand side there. That is first place for the GT500. Here we go, race number 2. Let's not get beaten by that Corvette. Let's short shift up into second. Get some traction down, up into third. Up into fourth, come on. Yes, power! First place. Here we go, third and final race. Come on, Shelby. Short shift again. Short shift out second. My raw power. Yes. And across the line. First place. That's all 3 drag races won. By the skin of my teeth, I might add. That Corvette put in a consistent 11-1-1-1. Boom. What it's built for, completed. That's Chapter 2, done and dusted. So Chapter 2, what it's built for, win 3 drag strip events complete. Let's move on to Chapter 3, Gymkhana. Prove you're the Mustang boss and earn a total of 1 million skill score in your Ford Mustang 2013. Before attempting a Chapter 3, head on over to the Car Mastery because there's a couple of perks in here that are going to help you get that 1 million skill score a lot quicker. Such as Wreckage Weapon, Wombo Combo, Drift Destroyer, Blessed, and that all-important extra life, so that if you tap the car on something, you've got another chance to have another collision, because 1 million skill score is quite a tough score and you don't want to lose it halfway through. For this chapter then, I've headed on up to the Greendale Aerodrome and I'm just hooning around, drifting about, speeding up and down, smashing and crashing, looking for 200,000 skill score times by 5 will give me my juicy million that I need to get this chapter done. There we go, 200,000 skill score times by 5. Just let that bank, and hopefully, if my calculations are correct, we will have 1 million skill score. There it is, Gymkhana completed. 1,023,000 and also 10 skill points banked as well. So Chapter 3, Gymkhana complete and a total of 1 million skill score and wreck a perfectly good set of racing tyres. Let's move on to Chapter 4, High Performance. Destroy the competition and win a road racing series event in your Ford Mustang at the Lakehurst Forest Sprint. To locate the sprint race quickly, filter your map to road racing series only. You're looking for Lakehurst Forest, which is just here, and to the bottom right is the Lakehurst Forest Sprint. For this race, there is no need to make it any harder than it needs to be. You can bring the difficulty down once again, just the same as the drag races, and run it on average, or even run new racer. But I'm going to run average, so I've got a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going to make sure I win. Oh, here we go. Lots of Mustangs on the start line, old and new. I think I'm in the oldest right now, looking at the lineup. Lots of aero on the little Mustang. This tune is up for download if you guys want to grab it. Just search for gamer tag Skippy4631, the file name Skippy YouTube, and use it until your heart is content. It should have lots of handling capability with all that aero. I mean, it is a 900 horsepower Shelby GT500, so it will be a little bit oversteery, especially in the wet, but it does make short work of these guys being on average driver tires. Goodbye. He tried to sideswipe me and failed. I have built an absolute track monster with this Shelby, and across the line to take first place. It made mincemeat of the old driver's tires. They are only on average difficulty though, so I'm not taking that as too much indication. I mean, if I put them on unbeatable and then muddle them again, then yeah, it's a pretty good tune. But this tune is very nice, it's very stable, quite good in the wet as well, and will get the job done. So there we go, that one race concludes Snake Charmer and is Chapter 4 complete. So there we go, Chapter 4 High Performance, win a road racing series event in your Ford Mustang 2013 Shelby GT500 at Lakehurst Forest Sprint, which concludes this week's Forzathon challenges for its all-important 200 Forzathon points, and is also worth 26% towards your autumn season for that Volkswagen Gear and Crown Victoria. Before we head off, let's take a cheeky look at this week's Autumn Forzathon shop. I'm not too much of a fan of what's in here, to be honest. We have the 1963 Volkswagen Type 2 Deluxe Forza Edition. I'm pretty sure we will have one of these by now. It's been in the Forzathon shop at least once, I believe, and in the festival playlist at least twice. So if you don't have this car, or bus, as it were, it's worth 650 Forzathon points. We also have the 1939 Auto Union Type D, quite an iconic car, quite an expensive car, 10 million credits in the auto showroom, but in the Forzathon shop it's worth 625 Forzathon points. Clothing then, we have the RTR Fun Haver Blue and the blue top hat. Go ahead and grab these if you don't have them, just so they stop showing up in wheel spins. You can get more cash and more cars. And as always, we have the normal wheel spin and the super wheel spin up for grabs as well for 40 Forzathon points and 150 Forzathon points. So that concludes this week's Forzathon shop. Pretty weak in my view, it could have been better. I'm not too fussed on the Volkswagen Type 2, I think I've already got 3 of these, and the Auto Union just doesn't interest me as a car in Forza Horizon 4. Forza Motorsport 7, I drive this thing all day long. It's more of a track car in my view. I don't really want it on the streets of Britain, so I'm going to leave that and save my 625 Forzathon points. So there we go, that is this week's Forzathon challenges done and dusted for those all-important 200 Forzathon points, and that's 26% completion towards the autumn season. If you're new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We're only 5 away from 500, a massive milestone in my view. 500 subscribers is amazing. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day.